this was going on.
So why can't Google just fit? Well, it's been it's almost 24 hours.
We got a lot
since
of questions.
We noticed it.
We got a guy with a lot of answers. His name is Bryan. He is a cybersecurity expert, former Marine. He has advised the White House. He is top of the game in terms of cybersecurity.
He even talked to Google about this.
He did talk to Google, and he joins us right now. Hey, Bryan.
Hey guys, how are you?
We're good. So first, can you explain how this comes to be that you type that in and the White House pops up?
The way that Google does this is kind of a mystery. They're not very transparent about stuff, but the keywords definitely tie to local things like university or an institution of some kind, but it also means people could have tagged those universities as a prank. And that's been going on a lot recently.
So people can actually create the label. They can make up whatever label they want and attach it to a known address.
Correct. You can actually attach colloquial slang, vernacular, local jargon, foreign languages. So the White House probably has 40 or 50 different names.
And anyone can do this?
It's supposed to not be that way. But I've demonstrated a few times. Last year, I intercepted calls to the Secret Service and the FBI to prove a point.
So you actually, in a sense, were the hacker who called up and said, see how compromised your system is?
Yeah, a few times. And
how was it received?
I was going to say,
how was that received?
I'm lucky not to be in Guantanamo at this point.
What did they say? I mean, at a point you said, look, I hacked into your system.
They didn't believe me. I walked into the Secret Service office the next day and said, I just recorded 40 calls. And they said, we don't believe you. You look like a tinfoil hat crazy person.
Well, did you play the calls?
No, I told the agent in the lobby to call the Secret Service in D.C. And when he hung up, I pushed play on my laptop and it played back the conversation he just had.
And he said nothing to you?
They put me in a room for about 4 hours after that to get to the bottom of things.
Huh. So what about Google? Yeah. Did you ever have you ever worked with Google, talked to them about this?
I had been telling them for about 3 months at that point. That was February of last year. And then they turned it off. The Secret Service asked Google while I was there to turn off the verification system so that this kind of thing couldn't happen again. And they said, don't turn it on until it's fixed. 6 weeks later, the media had died down and Google turned it back on and it wasn't fixed.
What's going on here? I mean, why wouldn't everybody
Google take it seriously? Because it seems to me, and I don't know this, but the fact that it's not fixed yet makes it seem to me like Google doesn't think this is a serious issue.
There aren't any big pieces of literature about this. I had to write the only book on the subject, and it's not a coloring book. I mean, this thing takes a lot of time to put together, and you know how hard it is to write a book? It's infinitely easier to not write a book.
You know, Bryan, as long as you're here, I want to ask you about something else that I've seen that just kind of flipped me out. There is a guy who claims that he as a passenger on an airplane, that he hacked into the electronic system because of the in-flight entertainment system on commercial airliners, and he was able to actually grab the controls and even manipulated the airliner at a point during flight, and he's done this numerous times. Have you heard about this?
Yeah, actually, I talked about it on a different news program the other day.
Is it real?
The guy's an idiot. For number one, you're testing on a live system in a plane you're riding in. If you screw up, oh crap, now you're dead and 200, 300 other people who had no idea what this crazy guy was doing on his laptop.
Is this real?
I have a feeling he got access to things he probably wasn't supposed to, but I think the idea that he was able to take flight controls from a laptop through the entertainment center is very far-fetched because of the fact that they're usually isolated systems. It's completely separate.
They would be separate systems.
Okay, well, that's good to know. Okay,
all right.
Bryan, thank you so much. Really appreciate the time.
Thanks, guys. I'm happy to be on anytime. Appreciate it.
Thanks again. Okay, we're going to break.
Wow.
That makes me feel better about it.
I literally could not breathe while I was waiting for his answer there.
Yeah.